Hello. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I had good sleep, and I enjoyed the heck out of that. Oh my god. I needed that rest. I needed that sleep. Because, like, for the past, like, 2 to 3 weeks, I tried to get, like, 8 hours. I haven't. I've been getting, like, 6 to 7 hours of sleep, so in the morning I'm, like, sluggish to get out of bed. Also, if you guys didn't know, I'm not much of a coffee drinker. I don't drink coffee. I'm not a coffee person. So. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't drink coffee. I'm not a coffee person. I used to be a coffee person. Yeah. So, I used to be a coffee person. Yeah. So, when I started my first engineering job, um, I I would wake up like really early at like 4 a.m. in the morning, and I would get coffee every day so that way I could stay awake throughout the day. I mean, when you like move your body, be active, you get some adrenaline, so I need the coffee to help me stay awake enough to get my adrenaline going so that I can get going. And I continued to get coffee for my next engineering job because yeah, I would wake up at like 6:30 ish, 6:50 ish, get a cup of coffee, and then I'd go. But then with my new current job, I don't even have coffee. I don't drink coffee. I literally wake up and drive to work, which is insane because there are some nights where I get like 6 hours of sleep and I just power through it, and it's wild. Also trying to think of how to balance out the light because right now the light you're seeing on this is the right side of my face, by the way. Light hits face. Ceiling light is not able to illuminate enough to even out the lighting contrast, so you literally see Two-Face Godfrey until like it's nighttime because I have the alt light Crimson Rose got me. But anyway, yeah, we're going to do the same thing we did yesterday. Just learn Japanese, play some Genshin Impact, because I can officially say that I am in love with Genshin Impact. I've always been in love with it. Just now I'm more so engaged with it, more so than Memoria Freeze. Genshin Impact is becoming my number one gacha game. I think it already has, especially with the fact that Memoria Freeze is ending, and I barely log into Memoria Freeze anymore. I also found out that there is a YouTube channel out there that has posted all of the stories of Memoria Freeze, which I'm thankful for, so I might not commit and put up Memoria Freeze stories anymore, because there's already another YouTube channel doing the work that I wanted to do, but I got really unproductive to do it because of other stuff. So, yeah, I actually do not log into Memoria Freeze as much, and in previous streams I've said, like, oh, I love Memoria Freeze. I do. It's just I hit a gotcha burnout with it, I guess, and all the other gotcha games because I don't even log into Princess Connect Redive anymore. Um, man, like it's sad, really. I'm like, oh, I'm sad, but I guess I've like my tastes have changed, so now I don't really log into those games anymore. I love Princess Connect Redive. Like, I need to spend time to actually go and look at Princess Connect Redive, I mean, specifically because I love the stories. And literally the gotcha game has all the stories. The anime only shows you a snippet of like the amazing storytelling that is active in Princess Connect Redive. I was in the middle of translating one of the stories, but then I didn't. I stopped at the 5% mark because I got busy with other stuff. But I would like to go back and at least translate the whole thing to the best of my ability. There is, because like the newest stories for Princess Connect Redive are all in Japanese, it's all in kanji, and like I use that to help me practice translations. But the way I do it is Google Translate, write it down, and then type it in to like freaking the subtitles. Because you can, through the YouTube Studio, you can actually put your own subtitles. There's like two different types of subtitles. There's like auto translate, then there's the translation files, and then there's like, oh, the translation you put yourself. So I think that was interesting once I learned that from YouTube Studio, that you can put in subtitles. Granted, there's some lack of customization, but it's cool. Like, they'll say, oh, you can customize it. Yeah, specific customizations, not enough to make the subtitles look like freaking Crunchyroll subtitles, but it's whatever. But anyway, the goal is to see how far we can get with Mario vs. Donkey Kong, the reboot, and I forgot to look online. Actually, I can do it right now. Hold on. What are you talking about, Godfred? Oh, why, I'm glad you asked. I am talking about specifically Mario vs. Donkey Kong, the original. Donkey Kong original game. I had the original game. I love the original game. The original game, because like the new one has the latest voice actor for Donkey Kong, not the previous one, because the previous one had the original voice actor for Donkey Kong that you hear from like Donkey Kong 64 and stuff. Let me see. Mario vs. Donkey Kong is a 2004. It better say 2004 because it was a Game Boy game. Yeah, Mario vs. Donkey released in 2004 for the Game Boy Advance, was followed by March of the Minis for the Nintendo DS, Minis March again on DSiWare. Fudge, that was on DSiWare! And I don't have a DSi. Miniland Mayhem in 2010 for the DS. Huh? Wait, Miniland Mayhem? Was that an actual physical game? Minis on the Move, 3DS, I have Minis on the Move. And Tipping Stars for the Wii U. Freak, I didn't download Tipping Stars on Wii U. Also, my Wii U is like dead, so I couldn't get it. Oh well. The fudge? What did I just hear? Okay, I just want to know how many worlds are in Mario vs. I have the original game, and I have my original Nintendo DS, which, by the way, the top screen is broken, but the bottom screen works. Freak, I want to know how many worlds there are. How many worlds are in Mario vs. Donkey Kong, the original? How many worlds? I was right. There was only 6 worlds in the Game Boy Advanced one. Oh my god, I gotta show this to you guys. Internet! Hold on. I am an amateur streamer. Just hold on. Give me a moment. There it is. Now, if you look closely, according to Google, on EmpireOnline.com, Mario's revamped adventures expanded from the 6 worlds of the Game Boy Advance version to 8, taking in familiar locations such as Donkey Kong's Jungle and Fire Mountain. So, I was right. So when we entered Mini Maryland, I was like, this was not in the original game. I do not remember this being in the original game. So, this is what I mean as a... this is a true reboot. This is a true reboot. Thank you. I was literally about to say like, oh no, I'm a hypocrite because I was saying how Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Pokemon Shining Pearl, they were disappointing reboots because they didn't add anything to mix it up a bit. I was like, but seeing that the fact they took Mario vs. Donkey Kong, like this amazing Game Boy Advance game, and they put it to Switch, and they added 2 worlds, I'm like, what? What? Yes! I love that! Yes! Yeah, it's like last night, or no, this morning. Yeah, because I started playing Mini Maryland this morning. This morning, when I saw, like, it was a world with the flowers and stuff, and I was like, what the fudge? This was not in the original. I should know. I played the original. I can't wait to see what more they have in store for a reboot, because the thing with me personally on reboots is, listen, reboots are awesome. I think reboots are great. I think certain games from the past deserve to be rebooted because they're that good. However, they need to add things that enhance the experience more, different from the original, like its own game. For example, in the reboot of Mario vs. Donkey Kong, they took away the minigame in the Game Boy Advance version where you had to switch the presents, and like, because there's a mini game where you have 3 presents. Like, if you get all 3 presents in a level, you will unlock a mini game at the end of it where Donkey Kong is trying to crush 2 presents and you have to keep swapping them. And each present has an item inside. You're trying to make it to where Donkey Kong destroys the item with the least value and end up with the item with the highest value. So you just keep swapping it, and it's so much fun. I enjoyed that. The animation on the Game Boy Advance version of Mario vs. Donkey Kong was revolutionary. That was the only pixel art Mario that I saw that was pretty freaking good versus Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, because that's pixel its own thing. But the pixel art for Mario vs. Donkey Kong Game Boy Advance version, beautiful. I loved it. Animation, voice acting, it was just so good. Oh my gosh, it was like really good pixel art. I don't know how they made the animations for the original Mario vs. Donkey Kong for the Game Boy Advance, but it was so good. I loved it. But yeah, no, this is what I think is a reboot. A reboot should have the original game, original combat, original stuff and then add things to enhance it. Like, for example, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, when they rebooted it for like the third time, because the second one was for the Nintendo 3DS, which I have, and I haven't finished yet. I finished the Definitive Edition one, so you beat the like original game, right? But they added additional content where it's like future connected. And if you beat Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected, you unlock stuff for the main game. And it's so cool. It's like, if you're going to do a reboot, add something to make it original. Like, that's the thing. Like, for example, Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Ruby. Great games for the Game Boy Advance. It was great games. Then they rebooted it to Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Pokemon Omega Ruby. What did they do to make it good? They added Mega Evolutions. And I was like, oh shoot, this is actually cool. While keeping the storyline. Sure, it's like very similar, but they added content that made it like its own original game at that point. Oh, its own original reboot. So that's the thing, like, I agree that old games need to be rebooted. I really do think so, because of how gaming technology has advanced, and I personally believe there are some old games that deserve another chance in the spotlight because they were that good back then, but they could be even better now. Like, so the thing is, for Pokemon Shining Pearl and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, they added like the 3D art. Like, it's 3D now, 3 dimensions, super cool. Cool trainer like models and all that stuff, but that was it. Like, there wasn't really anything to add. I mean, sure, there was the experience share, because Gen 5 was I think it was the first Pokemon game, correct me if I'm wrong, the first Pokemon game to be like, oh, experience share affects the whole Pokemon party in your party. But like I think it was like Gen 1 through 4. Gen 1 through 4 were the first Pokemon generations, were the ones that were like, oh yeah, experience share, you have to have the Pokemon hold it, and then the experience that other Pokemon get is cut by half. The other half goes to the Pokemon holding the experience share machine. So Gen 5 was the first one to introduce, like, oh, experience share. Now you don't need this item. Toss it away. It's no longer a held item. It is now an item it's now an in-game mechanic, which I personally think is great. I like that because in the original, because I played Pokemon Sapphire, right? It was super grindy, and I started losing interest on it. So when I went back into Pokemon in Gen 7, so Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, the fact that they made Pokemon Experience Share like just an in-game mechanic in general, I thought that was great. I love that. Makes things... It's still, like, it should still be grindy, but not too extensively grindy. So I was fine with that. I like that. And I guess that's the only defining feature of the remakes of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl, is that they just added the experience share no longer is between 2 Pokemon, it is now with the entirety of your Pokemon party. That's cool. Anything else? 3-dimension animation, it's pretty cool. I'm like, yeah, I like that. Don't get me wrong, I like that it's 3D and it's 3 dimensions, but like, is there anything else? Like, come on! You should at least add Z moves in there, or Mega Evolutions, or just like something. That's why I saw Pokemon Shining Pearl and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond as like disappointing reboots. Fun game, but it was just copy and paste, and there was no new mechanics added that I know of. Wait, no. I'm wrong. I forgot one factor. I completely forgot. They added something new. I'm an idiot. I now retract my statements that I have made about me being disappointed in Pokemon Shining Pearl. Well, actually... There's no elevator. Put the gold on his... Yeah, I'll keep it there. I'm still disappointed with it, but I'm less disappointed because I forgot that they changed up this underground thing. I forgot, like, you go through a town in the story, they give you this thing where you can go underground and you can, like, catch it's like an underground maze in the Sinnoh region. I think I looked it up. That was the one thing they changed, where it's like, oh, before in the original it was something different. Now it's completely different in the reboots. And I'm like, oh, okay. I still think they should have added something to enhance the gameplay. I feel like if you added Z moves to the Sinnoh region, I'd be fine with that. It was like classic Pokemon. I'm like, alright. whatever. I mean, at least Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu incorporate the Pokemon Go aspect. But, like, I don't know. I see Pokemon Shining Pearl and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond as, like, disappointing reboots. I'm sorry. Oh, they were so disappointing. And then, like, Pokemon Legends Arceus came out, and then they're like, oh, guess what? Palkia and Dialga get their origin forms. And I'm like, what the fudge? Bro, that's wild. They didn't get that in the reboots? Ah! I was like, the fact, like, if Dialga and Palkia got their origin forms in, like, the Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl reboots, I would love that. I would be like, okay, that's enough for me to say, not a disappointing reboot. That would have been enough for me to say, not a disappointing reboot. But I feel like they could have done more to enhance the game, personally, for, like, to make it much more different from the reboot. Like, just add Mega Evolutions or something, or add Dynam. I was expecting Dynamax to be part of the reboots. I was like, think of Pokemon Shining Pearl and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond with Dynamax. That would have been amazing. Like, honestly, like, they could have kept with the whole, like, top-down view of the original Pokemon Diamond, Pokemon Pearl, but if they added Dynamax into that would have been freaking awesome. I know Dynamax is exclusive to the Galar region, but they could have pulled what they did with, like, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, Pokemon Omega Ruby, and be like, oh, guess what? Mega Evolutions is no longer just in the freaking Kalos region, it's also here! In Hoenn! Like, they could have just been like, oh, Dynamax is not just in Galar anymore, it's in here in Sinnoh, because for some reason, what was that? What was that legendary? There's the legendary dragon that is the cause of the Dynamax phenomenon in Galar. Because I remember Zacian and Zamazenta. What was the third legendary? What was the third I can't remember. What was the third legendary's name? I cannot remember. Galar legendary Pokemon. I can't believe I forgot this Pokemon. I like that Pokemon. Alright. Urshifu is also a legendary. Let's see. Zarude, I have that one. Spectrier, Zacian. Eternatus! That's it. It's Eternatus. Okay, yeah. The Eternatus is the Pokemon that is the reason why the Dynamax phenomenon occurs in the Galar region. Now, they could have been like, oh, for some weird freaking reason, Eternatus is in the Sinnoh region. They could have done that. And I would have been like, bro, this is wild. And they could have done the whole thing that Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Pokemon Omega Ruby did. In the storyline, they're like, oh, meteor incoming. But if we use this machine, we can put this in another timeline that is separate from ours. So essentially, it's like, oh, the original Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Ruby universe. They could have done that, but they didn't. Like, they could have done something with Pokemon Pearl and Pokemon Diamond's storyline. They could have changed it. They could have enhanced it. They could have done almost anything. Like, but they just kept it the same, and I'm like, that's disappointing. Like, again. Hey, Mutta, what's up? Hey, long time no see, Mutta. Wait, are you Myth? Were you the one that's in Myth? How am I doing? Oh, I'm okay. I'm just ranting. Yeah, it's good to see you again, man. Like, it's actually been a hot minute. Yeah, Smith. Okay, cool. I remembered this time. Wow. Dude, yeah, it's so nice to see you again. I hope you're doing good. I'm just enjoying Saturday. I'm actually going to play some Genshin Impact and play some more Mario vs. Donkey Kong Reboot on Switch, which I'm glad to know that it is a good reboot because they added 2 extra worlds versus 6 worlds in the original Game Boy Advance version, because I played the original and I loved the original. Like, in the original, I wonder if they're going to do it for the reboot, but in the original Mario vs. Donkey Kong for the Game Boy Advance, they did 6 worlds, and then after you beat, like, Donkey Kong the first time, like, officially beat him, he does a second lap of the 6 worlds. So I wonder if they're going to do that for the reboot. So it'll be, like, 8 worlds and then another lap of the 8 worlds. How did you break more than half your thumbnails today? Dude, you good, Myth? I'm sorry to see that. I hope you feel better. That sucks. I'm sorry to see that. Broke more than half your thumbs? Broke half your thumbnails. How? I'm curious. Huh, interesting. But yeah, I'm just ranting about how like I'm disappointed still with Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl. Just that, just generic Godford stuff to just talk about. But like, yeah, I wish they. It's been so long since the reboot's out, and there's no downloadable content for them. I mean, the one cool thing about the reboots of Pokemon Pearl and Pokemon Diamond is the fact that if you catch if you catch Arceus in Pokemon Legends Arceus, you can go back to your Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl save files and catch Arceus in them. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. It's actually a weird version of backwards compatibility where if you catch Arceus in Pokemon Legends Arceus, you can go back to your Pokemon Brilliant Diamond files or Pokemon Shining Pearl files and actually go and catch Arceus with no need for a code or anything like that. I thought that was pretty freaking cool. But yeah. Oh, seriously? I'm sorry to see that, Myth. I hope it gets better, though. Got slammed on a wall? Oh, I don't like that feeling. Oh, no. Sorry to see that, buddy. Hope it gets better. Thanks for sharing. I just hope you feel better. But, yeah. So, yeah. Again, conclusion. Reboots should have stuff from the original, but have some extra content to enhance it. Like, freaking Super Mario RPG, the remake, had additional features. They had, like, the combo gauge, which was non-existent in the original. How should I know this? I played the original on my Wii when I bought it from the Wii shop. Oh, it's bleeding out? Oh, shoot. Yeah, that bandage? Did you put, like Neosporin on it? Did you treat it, Myth? You should treat it. Don't just... You did? Okay, good. What do you mean it's bleeding now? Do you have it bandaged? Better have it bandaged. But, yeah, no, I could get on a rant about reboots. About my own personal biased opinion on reboots. Whether you agree or not is up to you. But, yeah. Man, I spent like 22 minutes ranting about it. Ugh. I just wanted to start a stream, get into it, but then here I am just talking about reboots. Oh my god. But anyway, I said this last night, / this morning, I guess. I will be playing Princess Peach Showtime. Because I always wanted to play a Princess Peach game, because it looks like a fun game to play. Big of torn skin? Myth, what the fudge? How, like, slamming your thumb against a wall? Did you, like, freaking, like, slice it? Drag it across the wall? Oh, wow, freak, really? It was that bad? There's no hospital open now. Wait, so well, hold up. That sentence confuses me. Is there no hospital open for you? And then second, how are you watching my stream? Oh, you gotta go. What? Why? When do you have to go there tomorrow? Wait. Do you... What? Huh? Can't you get immediate medical attention now? Oh, freak, you're in a different time zone as me. Wait, there's no hospitals that are open 24/7 where you live, Myth? Bro, that's wild. That's wild, dude. I'm sorry to see that. The fudge? I mean, like, near my house, there's a 24-hour clinic that you can go to. Like, it's literally within walking distance if I really needed to walk. But I'm just lucky I have one near me. But, yeah, sorry about that, Myth. Do you have, like, do you have, like, okay, I'm not talking about a Band-Aid. I'm talking about, like, a gauze, like wrap. Do you have wrap to wrap it around your bleeding thumb? Like, that's what I mean. Cool that you can handle some pain and suffering, Myth, but you should still take care of yourself. Do you need to, like, not bandage it up? Like, you have, like, gauze, like, the roll of, like, stuff for just... If it's that big, you should just wrap your entire hand, or wrap the thumb, so that way blood isn't seeping out of, Just saying, Myth, just saying. You should probably gauze it up. Okay, so you cleaned it. Oh, shoot. Well, you know what you can do instead of just Band-Aids? You can literally just get some clothes and wrap it around your thumb. Like, get some clean clothes that you don't mind getting dirty and wrap it around your thumb. That's like, you can do that. You do that. Like, honestly, you can just do that. If you just have Band-Aids and if it's that big of a wound... then you might as well just wrap it with some clothing that you don't mind getting wet. Like, heck, you can just use your underwear. Like, you can literally, I'm being absolutely serious. You can just do that. What is clothes but another, like, what is clothes but wearable gauge? There we go. Anyway, I need a pee. Alright, anyway. Hope you stay strong, Myth. Hope you can get it attended to later today for you. Sorry to see that, but hopefully my content can help you stay strong. You could, you should. It's not could, it should. Do it, Myth. Take care of yourself, buddy. Alright, I will be back because I need a pee. I've been hydrating a lot. But, yeah, I need to get on this, and so that way we can play some Mario vs. Donkey Kong reboot. Good to see that you're staying stronger than ever. Speaking of which, I need to stay strong too and pee in the bathroom. I will be back.
Aw, man. I can't blow it up? I'm too weak. Wait, what did it say? Melee or what? Melee or unarmed? Shoot! Do I have a magazine for that? No. Oh, wait, I do have a magazine for melee. It'll get me to 48, and then if there's something that I can drink or take, it might work. Unless I used the melee one by accident. I don't think so. Where is it? Oh, sneak plus 10. Oh, there it is. Wait, what else increases it? Booze? Beer? I think I drank all of mine. Intelligence, charisma, perception. Not perception, right? Perception. Wait, let me check. Buff out. I already reached it. It only disables the turrets. I see. Give me a second. Alright, give me a second. Let me cook. I don't have any buff out. I don't think I have any alcohol either. Aww. I drank all my alcohol earlier. Maybe I have enough. I don't know. Shoot. So close. Wait, isn't there alcohol in here? Like a beer or something? No alcohol? Dang. Wait! Empty. Science skill 100.
Huh? What's this?
Nothing! Leave it alone! Nothing. Hold on. I feel like we could make it work. Just give me a second. Let me check thoroughly what I got. so something for... Oh! Prepare +5, sneak +10. Oh! No speech, barter, charisma. Shoot, if only I had something that gave me more strength or something. I can backtrack the way I came from. I don't even know how I got here. I forgot. Right, let me go out. Let me do some recon. So you just get trapped in here.
Don't have time for this.
Just get trapped, huh?
Damn it. Put him down. Bury him, whatever it takes.
And you die if you go down there, huh? Oh, shit. I'm just checking. Only if he sees you? I see, I see. This is where time travel comes in handy. Oh, I almost made it. I see, okay. Shoot, so that was really fast. Back! I want to blow him up! If only I had enough time to drop down my thingies.